Zafra presents The Invisible Dead, written by Lesley Mcevoy and read by Clare Corbett. Prologue.
I'm dying. Oh God, this is how it's going to end. The wind whips long hair around my face as I fall backwards, fatal gravity pulling me down. Alex, my son, I'm so sorry. Why did I do it? I know why, as I look at the shocked face staring over the edge of the roof parapet. Callum, his expression one of utter horror, watching me fall, helpless to stop it. Mouth open, screaming last words I can't hear through the wind whistling past my ears, the thundering of my heartbeat. I see him reaching out towards me, futile now as I'm dropping fast. I did it for him. So much to say. It's too late now. I brace myself for the ground. The last time I'll touch the earth.
Chapter 1. Fordley, West Yorkshire, Monday morning. The insistent scream of an alarm was coming from somewhere inside the Fordley DAAT. The Community Drug and Alcohol Action Team building was situated in a converted warehouse on the edge of town. Far enough from NIMBYs, who'd paid eye-watering prices to enjoy a trendy urban lifestyle and objected to drug users on their doorstep, but close enough to be accessible to the DAAT client base. Arriving early for my meeting, the car park was empty as I locked my roadster and ran through the double doors into reception. The siren was louder in here, pulsing against my ribcage. I dumped my briefcase on the counter as Tess Bailey, the receptionist, bolted out of the office. "Jo, am I glad to see you?" she shouted above the din. "What's going on?" I yelled. "Client," she yelled back, pushing her dark fringe out of her eyes. "Up on the bloody roof, threatening to jump." "Who?" "Pip Holden." She was already pulling the case file from that day's appointments. "One of Rena's." Rena Graham was a newly qualified counsellor, my mentee, and the person I was here to meet. "Rena's on her way in," Tess preempted my next question. "Where is everyone?" The log was on the counter. I turned it around so I could see today's entries. "I got here first. Pip was waiting outside. I let her in, then went to make us a brew. That's when she must have gone up there." I could hear the guilt in her voice. "And the alarm?" Tess looked on the edge of panic, unusual for her. Working in the third sector with the addicted and homeless, there wasn't much she hadn't seen in her 29 years. "Went through the fire door to the roof, set the security alarm off." "Anyone with her?" "Pat Rogers." That's when I understood the panic in those pale blue eyes. Shit. I ran to the stairs, sensing Tess at my shoulder as she tried to keep up. Tess was the first person I'd met when the DAAT opened its doors several years before. I'd been clinical director at Fordley Psychiatric Hospital back then, before I'd become a freelance consultant. Tess had a no-nonsense competence, blended with empathy and compassion for the clients, which meant we'd hit it off straight away. And she was amused by my legendary directness, rather than offended by it, which was a happy bonus. "Talk to me." "Pip Holden," she panted behind me. 20 years old, single mum to 4-year-old Maisie. A little girl with blonde pigtails. I'd seen her playing in the day room a few weeks before. "Previous cocaine and alcohol use," Tess was saying. "Referred under a multi-agency care plan." "How long's she been with us?" 8 months. Tess's voice was ragged as she slowed down. I waited as she came up the last flight. "Family?" "None. Been clean for over a year. Responded well to therapy sessions, attendance at parenting classes. Social services happy with her. Doug was going to sign her off today." "So why this?" "No idea. She hasn't said anything, apart from that she's going to jump." Doug was a senior therapist and Rena's supervisor. He'd handed the file to Rena for the final few sessions, let her fly solo on what should have been an easy case.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?